Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. I'm really sorry about that, but I'm really excited. I'm going to take you guys thrifting with me. It actually looks like it might rain, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, I'm going to take you into a couple thrift stores. I am kind of like, I'm going to try to get back to filming. My life just kind of has been really kind of crazy, a little chaotic. So it's kind of been difficult to film, but I am going to try and get back to filming. I know my last video I said I was going to do that, but yeah. So long story short, I'm thinking about going to 2 thrift stores today. The first one is, I'm hoping, it's usually a good thrift store that I like to come to, usually find some good quality stuff here. And that's kind of my game plan moving forward, is just to really, I might talk a little bit about it in the next video for you guys, but my sales have been extremely slow. So I am really trying to hone in on kind of my sourcing strategy and like the quality of items that I'm bringing in. So, and sell-through rate. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm focusing on. So let's go in, see if we can find any cool things to resell. Okay, so the first item I actually found was this Lululemon jacket. It was on the new rack. So in a little bit, I will kind of talk to you guys about that. I was actually gonna pick up this Ali Miles top, but when I did check comps for the size large, it was not performing well. So I did end up leaving that. This was another great find. This was half off, so I actually did decide to pick it up. I'll talk a little bit about it later because it was a popular style. This was something I did put in my cart. It was a J. Jill size medium, love linen, I think. It was priced well, but when I did check comps, it was not doing well. So the next item I did find was this, I think Alexa Spencer. It is a vintage brand and I do like to pick up this. And I actually was gonna pick it up, but at the end I'll kind of show you why I left it. And then I was so excited. I am struggling a bit with the hanger, but this was a vintage Victoria's Secret slip dress, sorry, tongue twister. And I did find that on the new rack as well, so I was super happy, and I'm kind of like struggling a little bit with it. This was another fun find. This was a Chico's cardigan. I do like Chico's, but I am really particular, so I did put that in my cart for now. Okay, so here's some items I am putting back. This is called Rustic Dime. I did pick it up because it was made in the US, so I thought it would be something, but it actually was not, so I did leave that. This was a Y2K J. Crew kind of swimsuit. I thought it was really cute, but when I checked comps, it was performing pretty bad. This, let me see exactly the brand. Oh yeah, Linen Handmade Studio. This was not performing well at all. And then I was really sad about this. This is an Everjay like pajama top. I could not find the pants, so I did decide to leave that as well. And then here's that Alexa Spencer cardigan. It did have a hole, so I did not pick it up. Okay, so I am done thrifting. Hopefully I showed you guys enough footage in there. I'm still kind of trying to get the hang of filming, and I didn't film too much, I don't think. And then I'm sorry if you hear like a little rattling in the background. I do have my AC on. It's currently 103, so I cannot not have AC on. So sorry about that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys what I got from the second trip, just because it's sitting on top. So the first thing I was so excited about, this was actually on a new rack. This is a Victoria's Secret. It's 100% silk, and I believe this is the vintage tag. Well, one of them, because this was an 02. Yeah, so it's vintage, it's silk. It has this really adorable like mesh and lace and kind of sequins, and it is completely sheer. So I know a lot of people say that these are not performing well for them, but I sold 2 like silk vintage slip dresses just last month, and they sold within like 2 or 3 days. So I'm still picking them up. I don't always come across them, but that was only $5.99. Now at my Goodwill, they do offer a discount if you get, if you spend $20. So there is like a 20% discount. So I didn't get it on this trip, but I got it on the first trip because I didn't spend $20 in the second trip. So the next thing I found was, I do like to pick up this brand. I'm just very particular. This is Chico's size large. And this was $6.49, which is a little high for Chico's, but it is that long kind of like knitted cardigan that these tend to do really well for me, just from Chico's in general. So I like to pick up dresses sometimes, but I don't really come across dresses. And then it just depends on the piece and actually the size and the price. But I felt this was decent enough. It's probably not something I would go out of my way to consistently buy from the thrift store, but it was $6.49, so I did kind of just accept that. Also, the last thing I found at the regular store, or the second store, was this little Sleepy's top. Now, I am kind of on the fence. I might keep this for me, but it was only $2.49, and I did not find the bottoms. Now, normally I would not pick up something that was a pajama set that I couldn't find like the bottoms for, but this is a really great brand, and it was bamboo, and it's really soft. So I'm debating whether keeping it myself. It's really cute. So yeah, that's the first trip. And then the second trip, hopefully you guys can see, because I did find some dresses. The first thing I found was, now I got 20% off of all these prices that you see starting now. So this is $5.99, but this is Halara, and this is like a maxi dress. And sorry if you can't see it, I might put a stock photo if I can find one, but it's brand new with tags. And it's a size large. I've actually never sold this brand before, but when I was checking comps and like sell-through rate, the sell-through rate for like maxi dresses, or they're just dresses in general, were doing decent. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot, because it was like $4. So I was like, it's not a huge loss, like even if it doesn't sell for too much. Next thing is the soft surroundings. Now this was half off. This was only $2, I think. Yeah, it was $2 because it was a purple tag. And this is soft surroundings. This is a size large, and I've sold this top a lot. Let me fix this brand, or these buttons. I mean, I haven't sold it a lot, but I just recently sold one that was very similar. But this one is actually new with tags as well. So I did pick this up for just $2. Really cute paisley print. And it has the mismatch buttons. I will put it on the screen if I remember what style it is. But that is a pretty popular style that people actively look for from soft surroundings. That's another brand that I am very hit or miss with. And I normally do not pick it up unless it's a larger size, and most of the time dresses tend to perform better for me, but that was only $2 and that's a good style, good size, and it was new with tags. So next thing I got, this is vintage. Now these sell really, really well for me. This is a graphic sweatshirt. I know we are out of season, but me personally, I will list different like winter stuff, anything I can find out of season, like just not in excess. So I don't care if it's a jacket, I'm still gonna list it. I know some people are not like that, but for me, jackets, sweatshirts, cardigans, they perform well all year round. So I'm not gonna just not list something good just because it's out of season. I'm okay to sit on it for a little bit. I don't go out of my way to do it in excess, if that makes sense. So this is just a little graphic sweatshirt. It says Santa Monica, California, has a little flag on it, super cute. It is a vintage tag. That's the tag on it, and it was priced $3.99, so I think I paid like around $2.80 or something for it, which is really good. Third to last. I thought it was second to last. Third to last. This is a brand I've only come across it once. It is called Unicorn Clothing Company, and it is a size extra large. It's this really cute like gauzy oversized tunic. It was priced at $2.99. Now the comps were not that great, but I still think that I could sell this for somewhere around like $28 or something. So I'm gonna price it around there, or $25. And yeah, normally I wouldn't have gotten it because of the comps. I couldn't really find anything, but it was priced so cheap and it was a good style, good size, so I was like, I'm gonna take a chance on it. Okay, second to last, this is another Halara dress. This is more of kind of like a athletic dress, but it's longer, so it's kind of like a midi athletic dress, which I thought was interesting. It has like a cute tie thing in the back, or a crisscross tie. This was also $4.49. I don't think they know this brand, and I know it doesn't retail for a lot, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it out and see. Most of the time I just spent $4 on it. Here's Halara. If you don't know what the tag looks like, that's what it looks like. Size large. And yeah, I was excited to find this. I think I found them right next to each other, so I'm pretty sure it was probably the same person. And then the last thing you guys saw, this is a Lululemon tie-dye hoodie. They priced it at $7.99, which tells me that they definitely missed it. But when I felt it, I could tell it was Lululemon. There is a little logo. So Lululemon, for me, I am very, very picky with Lululemon. Most of the time I will not pick it up unless it's a jacket, or like joggers, work pants, things like that tend to still do well, or a very, very newer style of top. I don't really pick up the sports bras. They don't really sell for me. If it's a bra though, I'll pick it up, and I have sold like a bathing suit one time from them that did well. But most of the time I pass on it, especially if it's like a tank top or something. They just don't perform that well. And I'm also extremely mindful of what I price Lululemon at. Unfortunately, you used to be able to get a lot more for it. That used to probably go for like $65, but realistically that'll probably go for like $38, maybe $40. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I didn't spend too much money. I think the first trip I spent $22, and the second trip I spent $14. So let me add that all up, sorry. If I did a collective, because I think I got 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 9 things. So I spent an average of $4 on everything, which is pretty good. I'm not going to complain. And yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching my little haul. Just to give you guys a little update, I am going to try and film more often. I'm not going to set a schedule because I never can keep to it, I guess, or I have trouble keeping to a schedule. So yeah, I'm gonna try and post more often, more thrift with me's, maybe some what solds and stuff. But let me know down below how your guys' sales are doing. Like I mentioned before, my sales have been really, really bad. I think it is a combination of a lot of things. I think it's also on my part that I've kind of been slacking a little bit when it comes to reselling. Just like with all the changes that have gone on, like in my personal life, like I've struggled a little bit to stay consistent with reselling, and like stay consistently listing and finding good things, but I am trying to get back on track with that. And also my bins location has been really weird. It's like one day is really, really good, and then the next like month it's been like really, really bad. So I'm trying to kind of diversify, even though it's a little hard. But yeah, I'm still staying positive. And yeah, I think summer slowdown has a lot to do with it, but I also can hold myself a little bit more accountable, which I will, which is kind of why I want to film, because like when I film, it just kind of helps me stay kind of motivated, I guess, to like continue showing what's selling for me and like what I'm finding. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that so I can kind of like keep myself motivated, if that makes sense. But yeah, enough rambling. Thank you so much for tuning in to my little thrift with me and little haul. But yeah, I will see you guys probably in the next few weeks. All right, see you later. Bye.